Have you ever felt frustrated about your iPad's wallpaper? Or maybe your iPhone or iPod Touch's wallpaper? It's something that we have to live with every day. We stare at it every time we're trying to decide which app to go into, and inevitably it really sets apart our iOS devices. So how do you choose one that's really great? Well, that's what I'm going to show you here today on iOS Survivor Book. So your iPad wallpaper, you see it all the time. I mean, you're flicking through your home screen or trying to decide which icon to tap and which app to use. Your wallpaper is always there. You can always see it. So you want something that looks great. And the best way to do that is to choose a Retina display wallpaper, which usually means downloading one from online or using one of Apple's provided wallpapers. The one I'm using now is the iOS 6 stock wallpaper. And really, when you think of iOS 6, Apple wants you to think of this because they put it on all their devices, and when you get a new iOS device, this is the default wallpaper. It actually looks pretty cool. The Retina display really accentuates every little detail, but there are a lot of other options if you want something a little more interesting or something other than nature. So to do this, we're going to go into the settings application, and we're going to make sure we're in brightness and wallpaper. And then we have brightness here. We can set up brightness, or we can go into wallpaper right here. So we're going to tap that. And then we have various options here. One of them is wallpaper, and then down below it is camera roll and all the different albums that you've created. Now here, I don't want to get this confused with this. This is Apple's wallpaper. This is a folder that I have created in the Photos app of wallpapers that I like. For example, pictures that I've taken that look good as wallpapers, or pictures that I've downloaded from the internet, because you can't add anything to this. This is Apple's wallpaper. So this is Apple's wallpaper, and this is the things and the pictures that you have taken, or the things you downloaded from the internet. So you want to choose whether to go into your camera roll, or whether to use one of Apple's wallpapers. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of Apple's wallpaper. And we have various options here. There's water, there's grass, there's patterns, there's wood, there's pink camo, autumn leaves. There's lots of different things that can really make your device look cool, whether you want simple, or whether you want nature, or whether you want complex. There's something for everyone here. So the basic ones are pretty much these simple patterns. As you can see here, they're just simple. Simply a few colors and just a simple design, not too complicated. So the way we're going to set this is, I'm going to choose a wallpaper. So any one of these you like, you're just going to tap it. And then it comes up here so you can see it in greater detail. So right here I've picked the grass with dewdroplets. And over here we have the cancel button, the top left. We're going to tap that if we don't like it and we want to change it, but I'm going to stick with this one. And then, so the top right, we have the option to set it as our lock screen, or to set it as our home screen, or to set it as both. So I'm going to set it as both, and this can become something that's kind of hard to decide. Do you go for the overall look to where you turn it off, and then turn it on, and the apps automatically go there, there's no switching between screens? Or do you keep two different wallpapers and have a lock screen and then a home screen, each one different? Well, it's entirely up to you. I do like to keep them the same because I like the look of unlocking the lock screen and having the apps come onto that same wallpaper. I do like that feeling, but of course, if you want to have two different pictures, you can definitely do that. Now, also, you can access your camera roll pictures in here. Go ahead and choose a good picture. And this is a picture that I've taken, and we can just do the same thing, either set it as lock screen, set it as the home screen, or set it as both. So I'm going to set the lock screen here. And it does take a few seconds because it has to set it, but you will know when it's done when it goes back to this screen. So then I'm going to go here, I'm going to turn on, And then you can see we have our lock screen, and then when you unlock it, it goes black for a minute, and then the apps come in. And I personally like to have my lock screen, home screen, all one picture. But of course, like I said, it's entirely up to you. And another way to do this, you don't have to go into settings. If you want to use one of your own pictures, you can go back to the home screen, and then go into the Photos app. And then we have our photos here. We can go into albums, and pick a thing. Now I already have a folder that I created an album of wallpapers that look good on my iPad, so I'm going to go ahead and tap that. And here are some wallpapers that I've downloaded from online. And as you can see, here's various different pictures. Both of them work great, or all of them work great on an iPad. But these are just some wallpapers that I've collected from the internet. But so let's say this is your photo library. This is basically your photos, even though these aren't pictures that I've actually taken. You can do this with pictures that you have taken. So what you do is you just tap the picture that you want, just as if you're viewing it. And this is a little bit different than wallpaper because it allows you to view it and zoom in and do stuff like that. So what you're going to want to do is tap the screen once so that you have the menu showing. And then this little thing at the top right, the share icon, right next to the trash can, in between the trash can icon and the slideshow icon, you're going to tap that. And then one of the many icons available, the last one, is uses wallpaper, and it has a picture of a lily, a water lily. So you tap that, and then we have this familiar thing as we saw in the wallpaper in the settings app. Now we have an option to set it as lock screen, set it as home screen, or set it as both. So I'm going to go ahead and set both again. Let me go back to the home screen. There we go, there it is. And we can do this with any other of our photos here. Which I'm going to do here. You select a photo, and also set it as your wallpaper. I'm going to go ahead and set it as both again. And this is a photo that I have taken. And we can see there we have our photos. And you can see there it is, our wallpaper. So as you can see, the wallpaper really does change the way the iPad looks. You can pretty much choose either 2 different pictures or 1 different picture. You can use any type of picture. You can download it from the internet. You can use one that you've taken. It's entirely up to you. And that's one of the amazing features of iOS that really allows you to personalize your device and make it your own. So that's it for today's iOS Survivor Book Guide. The last thing I'm going to mention is try to choose one that's a Retina display wallpaper. Sometimes when you use your own pictures, they tend to be a little blurry. So try to choose a picture that looks really good. It doesn't have too much shake or blur in it, because the wallpaper really does bring out the Retina display. So when you choose a wallpaper that is Retina display and is in HD wallpaper, it really makes your iPad look a lot better, and it goes perfectly with the HD icons and text right below them. It really does bring out the Retina display. So if you have an iPad 3 or later, or an iPhone or iPod Touch with Retina display, you're definitely going to want to use a Retina display wallpaper because it really makes your phone or tablet look a lot better. So that's it for today's iOS Survivor Book, and hope to see you again for another episode. Thanks for watching.